All right, this review is for the Holiday Time Snowman inflatable. Yeah, sometimes they're not very creative with the names of these inflatables. Just says Snowman, but it's 4 feet tall. I do believe it's a Gemmy. You can find it back here. Yep, it's a Gemmy, and see down here, it's trademark 2022 Walmart. That is indeed where we got it at Walmart, and we got it in the year 2022. So here's the box. Let's see, here are the stakes it came with. Like I always say, not a fan of these metal stakes, these small ones, they don't work that well. But like I also always say, that's pretty much what these small ones come with these days. Not much you can do about that. Let's see, let's plug it in now. Takes a second or two for the motor to start. There it goes. Goes up pretty fast. Again, like I always say, Gemmy usually uses a good sized motor for the inflatable, so this is going up pretty fast. I don't think I ever had a problem with Gemmy. Not with new ones, of course. I mean, eventually the motors get kind of old and they wear down. But like new Gemmy motors, they're pretty good size for what they are. So that's good. The arm out a little bit there, so you can see the small motor. This is like on the very small end of the motor because it's only 4 feet tall. It's not very wide or anything. There's not much air volume in there. So it's a pretty small motor. But again, it's enough for what you need. It puffs out pretty well. It fills out pretty nicely. It puffs out pretty well. Looks pretty good. It's very cute. Now, like I always say, this generic snowman. But it's still cute though. I do like how they gave him blue dimples. That's a nice touch. A lot of these snowmen don't come with dimples at all, or if they do, they're usually like red dimples. So if I get the blue dimple, that's a nice touch. It's a new touch, so it kind of puts a new spin on it being just a generic snowman. That is nice. They gave him a mouth made of buttons. Nice. They gave him 2 blue buttons, a blue scarf. That's all pretty typical when they make snowmen. They also usually give them a blue band, or not blue, well, a band in their hat. Sometimes blue, sometimes red. This is nice because it looks like that's just made out of the material the whole envelope is made out of, which is nice because sometimes the band that comes off is kind of like the scarf here. Well, the scarf is built in too, which is nice. Sometimes they're kind of like this, where it just wraps around. It's like a separate material that wraps around it, and that can just come off and it like flies away, you lose it. So it's nice that it's built in. You're not going to lose that. That's good. Now this little like holly. Now a lot of them don't come with this, so it's a nice touch also that they threw that in. It's not bad. I like it. It's cute enough. Yeah, for what it is, it's cute enough. It's nice. It's 4 feet tall. Now this one, I have a feeling it's not going to stand that well because, I mean, it has a nice, good base, but it's pretty tall for how small base it has. So let's see. Yeah, that kind of flips over pretty easily. If I push it hard enough that you would just come back up. So once it's staked down properly, it won't move as much as that because obviously, and it's not staked down and pushing it pretty good. Staked down properly won't move as much. You might need to help it stand up straight in the wind. I'm not sure. Obviously, that wouldn't be in my garage. But if you do, you can just get those. Like if you watch our tips videos, we have one about how to help your inflatable stand up nice and straight. You just buy a garden stake, and for this guy's only 4 feet tall. His loops are down here, only maybe 2 feet off the ground. Maybe you get a nice, only like a 3.5 foot tall garden stake, maybe 2 of them, one for each side. He'll stand up just fine. It's not that big of a deal if he doesn't stand up that great. But I don't think he'd be that much of a problem. Let's see now, the light's off. Yeah, it's nice and bright. I like that. He is nice and bright. You can see, it's nice that you can see his blue dimples, his blue cheeks there. It's nice. You can see the blue band in his hat still. Blue scarf, blue buttons. You can see his arms. Looks great. Is it 1 light bulb? That's pretty good for just 1 light bulb. I mean, 2 wouldn't have hurt, but a lot of these ones that are 4 feet tall and shorter, 3.5, 4 feet tall, they typically only come with 1 light bulb. And that's just typical. Not much you can do about that. That's just typical. But it's bright enough. I don't really think it needs a 2nd bulb, but would not have hurt though. Let's turn the light back on. That is nice. I do like that. Let's see now. What's electricity like? Wow, that's amazing. 4.7 watts. I don't think I've ever seen a small inflatable. Even a small one like this only use less than 5 watts. Wow. Usually these small ones are about 7 or 8. So these really small motors are like 6, 7. Then you got to figure each LED bulb is probably not quite a watt. It's like maybe like 0.7 watts, but round up, say a watt. So wow, less than 5. That is really, really good. That's pretty good, yeah. They must be making these small motor. I don't know if it's just smaller than it usually is, which is possible, but still enough that it fills out pretty nicely. So maybe they're slightly smaller now, or maybe they have made these more efficient over the years that they can get down to just 5 watts. So that is pretty good. I like that because realistically, so I don't know if you watched our other videos, but I did a video. Let me catch the box. Oh, so here actually. See the Santa box here. See, oh, he has a big motor. It's a big inflatable. True, but if you watch that in review of ours, it was like 100 watts because it had a big motor. I mean, you can't blame it too much. It has a big motor and it has 6 incandescent bulbs, not LED bulbs. So that's like 45 watts. So it's 100 watts. Figure 5 watts, you get 20 of these things, of these guys, for the same watts as that big one. But again, it's not all about the watts. I just found that interesting. That's only less than 5. That's really good. They're really getting efficient. For the most part, you're not going to have to worry about watts unless you have a lot of inflatables in your display. I mean, you only have like, 30 or 40 or fewer. You don't really have to pay too much attention to watts. You might want to still make sure you're not overloading any one particular circuit, but it's not really, you don't have to worry too much about watts. It's when you start getting to like the hundreds, 100 or more, where you might want to start paying attention. Maybe replace incandescent bulbs with LED bulbs if you haven't already. Maybe try to get a few of these really small ones, only use 5 watts. Maybe put a few of those in your display. Don't just use all huge ones, use 100 watts each. That's going to really drive your electricity usage up. But yeah, in any case, sorry about that little tangent there. Just thought that's interesting. In any case, yeah, it's a really nice inflatable. It looks cute, like I said, all nice features and everything. The only thing I really could do is maybe one more bulb. But again, it's not really that big a deal. I don't really think it's a bulb. Nice when I've heard though. It fills out nicely. It might not be that great in the wind. Even if it's taken down properly, you might need a little bit of help. I'm not sure. It's a possibility. But in any case, yeah, I recommend it. If you can find it for a price you're comfortable with paying, I say go ahead and go for it. It's a really nice inflatable. It's really cute. And yeah, I think that's all I got to say about this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. And thank you for watching. See you all next time.